Hola a todos y todas, hoy tenemos el placer de charlar con Kyle Kuric, que es actual jugador del Barça, para mí el mejor tirador de Europa, ha ganado muchísimos títulos durante estos años de profesional en Europa y también ha debutado en la selección nacional de Eslovaquia. También ha debutado en la Summer League con OKC, Clippers y Suns. Y nada, que estamos muy contentos de tenerte aquí y poder charlar contigo, Kyle. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Awesome. Today we're going to talk about your basketball career, focusing on your college years. And before getting into college, why you don't explain a little bit of your background before getting to college?
Okay, so I played high school basketball in Evansville, Indiana at Memorial High School. Small Catholic school. We were okay, but then as I got older, we got better. And we had the first championship in 20 years when I was there, but little goals, and it was kind of the start of what I wanted to become as a player.
Okay, so you got to college. Did you have many offers on the table? How was your recruiting for college, your process?
It all started with summer basketball, playing AAU. I had quite a few offers, a lot from mid-majors and a couple from high-major colleges. And I had a couple, major goals of what college I wanted to go to, and I wanted to play at the highest level, and I wanted not just, make the NCAA tournament, but make a Final Four and have a chance at a championship. And in the end, the best place I could go to was Lousville.
Okay, so you ended up in Lousville. How was your experience as a student athlete? Because you play for the Cardinals and you also studied and graduated in business.
It was very difficult. So we had a pretty demanding coach. Obviously, in college, it's much different. Your days are pretty much all lifting, practice, class, practice, study hall, and then it's by the time you're done with everything, it's 10 o'clock at night, and you have to wake up and do the same thing. So it's a very demanding schedule. It takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot of focus, but I feel like in the end, it's worth it.
Okay. Could you tell us 3 highlight moments of your college days? I don't mind if it's basketball, social life, whatever.
Of course, basketball is pretty easy. There was making the Final Four. The last game in Freedom Hall, the Syracuse game, we beat the number 1 team. I had a very good game. And then I had Dunk of the Year next year. So those three were pretty easy in basketball. Outside, of course, is meeting my wife in college, graduating, and just the whole college experience.
Awesome. I don't know how you got that bounce, man.
Actually, I worked on it when I was young, so that was one thing I always wanted to be able to dunk. So I started taking we call it get vertical classes.
Okay.
So I had one teacher kind of teach you the movements and strength and how to jump. So I had the ability to.
Awesome. I get asked a lot about how is the day-to-day of a student-athlete life, So how was your daily basis?
Busy, very busy. We would start the morning, usually 6 a.m. weights, and then you get done from weights, you go straight back home to the dorm, and you sleep for 30 minutes. You go straight to class. You have class, then you have individual workout with the coaches. Straight from individual, you go back to class, you have lunch sometime, and then from there you go straight to practice. From practice you go back, you have dinner, and then after dinner you have study hall.
Awesome.
This was every day.
Awesome. All of you?
Yeah.
Nice. You mentioned you had a hard coach. It was Rick Pitino, famous NBA EuroLeague coach. He and his staff guided you into the Final Four, right? How many times?
We just the one Final Four, but we won 2 Big East championships in the postseason before the NCAA, and we won 1 regular season title.
Awesome. How was for you to be in a major tournament?
Oh, of course. In the States, everybody watches college basketball.
Yeah.
The NCAA tournament, March Madness, and every kid's dreams to play in it, make the Final Four, be in the video, and so actually making it that far was one of my dreams.
And how was to be managed by Rick Pitino?
Again, very difficult. Early on, it was
worse than the actual coach.
They're pretty similar, actually.
Really?
Yeah. They're very similar, actually, in terms of how they coach, but they're very difficult to play for. But at the same time, you win, so it makes it worth it. And also, that puts you in a mindset of they expect more from you than what you think you can do. So you have to grow and mature that way, and kind of understand what kind of player you can become.
Awesome. Well, fast forward to your graduation. Did you expect to be a pro? Was your main goal at the beginning?
It was. So I tried I didn't get drafted. I tried summer league, but then it was kind of, I was going to go overseas and play. My first two offers were from a team in Belgium and a team in Greece. I told my agent I wanted the Greece team. It was a better kind of quality life, I think. It was a lot less money. And I think that surprised him. So then he reached out and kept looking, and then actually we had an offer last minute from Estudiantes in Madrid, and it was actually the best offer, the best city, the best the whole package. So I was going to Spain.
Nice. Because how is the process to get out of college and to start? I don't know how you contact an agent. They follow you.
So
they
usually
expose
you'll get contacted by any agents if you have kind of an ability to play professionally anywhere. I went to a tournament after college, kind of like it's called NIT, not NIT. I can't remember the name. NVI maybe, but there's kind of like a bigger names in college come when you play an after season tournament. Agents are there, professional teams are there, and they kind of interview different agents. I met mine through Coach P. He recommended them, and I went with them, and I think it was the best decision I've made.
Awesome. You mentioned you went to Estudiantes, to Madrid, your first team in overseas as a professional. Then you went to Gran Canaria. Okay. I don't want to mention that, but you had a tough story. I want to emphasize, well, I'll explain you a little bit. He had a brain tumor, but what I want to point out is that he had a big mental strength. He was back in a basketball court, jumping and shooting threes 159 days after your surgery. That's my next topic, your mental strength, how you apply this mentality to life, not just to sports.
So the one thing I always say is of course it was a very difficult thing to go through, but at the same time it was one of the best things that I could have gone through. It really pushed me physically and mentally, and because of the mental and physical toughness I had for basketball, I took it to the surgery, and then after that to the recovery. So my goal was to get back as quickly as possible. They told me it would be a year. I told them there's no way, and then, like you said, 159 days later, I played my first game. People say it all the time that positivity is the key, stay positive and this and that, but for me, it really made the difference between maybe a year-long recovery or later and 159 days. So my goal every day was mentally just to go into the training, do everything I could in the training, and try and get my movements back, my coordination, my ability, my strength, and then I really changed everything about my life after that. I changed the way I ate, the way I trained, the way I approached my family life, everything off the court as well as on the court.
Now you're in Barcelona, in the shiny city, well, not today though, not this past month, but looking back at what you've achieved, are you happy with your decision of becoming pro, living here in Barcelona, coming with your family? Are you happy with that?
Of course. Coming overseas was, not easy. We found out it was just under 2 or 3 days. Where we found out on the Friday, we had to be in Madrid on Monday. So everything was, we had to change, get everything ready, get everything packed, get on a plane, and we were leaving the U.S. to come to Spain. Obviously, we knew some basic Spanish, but nothing conversational. And it was really it was scary for both of us. My wife came with me, thankfully, and it was a big shock. I had to really, grow as a person, and it was a very good experience. I'm extremely happy with my decision. now to the point where we love Europe and Spain just as much as the US, if not more. So I'm very happy to be in Barcelona, and everything has gone according to plan so far.
Awesome. And my last question is, what is the main difference? Because I find a lot of similarities between pro life and student athlete life. What are the main difference for you?
Big difference, of course, is you don't have to do the student part. You don't have to go to classes and do that. But as far as on the court stuff, everything is professional in college. The facilities, the coaches, the staff, everything is amazing. It's a level just under the NBA, but everything is first rate. So everything is done professionally there, and here where you have to focus on basketball is your job. Where you're a student athlete, you don't have time to go work. So you're basketball in class, but here your job is basketball. So everything is focused professionally on being a player.
Awesome. Well, before we finish, I have a gift for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Barça brand. Maybe you don't have this one.
No, I don't. You're perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
This is for your warm-up routine. Why the gloves, though?
Why the gloves? It started out, I had a trainer in Lousville that we would do 30-45 minutes of ball handling drills with gloves on. And I didn't understand it. He said, just wait. You'll take the gloves off and you'll see why. So we do the training, everything's fine. I'm losing the ball like crazy because you don't have a good feeling with the ball. Then you take the gloves off, and then all of a sudden you just have a better sensation, a better feeling with the ball. And I said, wow, this is great. I love it. How can I do this, to more benefit me? So instead of doing ball handling drills with it, I do it with shooting to have the same kind of concept with it. You don't have a good feeling. You have to focus more on your form, finishing the shot, perfect shot. So that when you take the gloves off, theoretically it should be a better feeling and better sensation, and it should be easier. So I did it, and I've done it now for a couple years.
Awesome. Well, funny way to finish this chat. I'm so happy you came here. We talked.
Perfect.
I don't know if they're gonna fit you, actually.
They look good.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. But you use regular gloves, or
at
more
first it
athletic?
was no. The first ones I got were just basic, like gardening gloves.
Okay.
And I came here, and Mickey, the guy,
gardening
gloves.
What?
Yeah. So then he gave me Nike gloves, so I switched to the Nike gloves.
Okay.
Make it look better.
Okay, man. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was an awesome chat, and I've learned a lot. Espero que os haya gustado, y nada, cualquier pregunta que sigáis teniendo, se lo podemos preguntar a él o os contestaremos nosotros mismos.